There could be a CC around any one of them.
There we go.
Oh, it's back. SK Gaming 1 round up. Astralis now. They've got 3 CCs, a couple of Deagles there, and lacking a bit of armor on 2 of their players, but some smokes to put the pressure on as well.
Yes, and what we've seen Astralis, what they like to do in this kind of a round with these smokes is play delay tactics. They want to stall you out. They want to just have enough presence to keep you from hitting a bomb site, from getting kills, and use these smokes towards the end of the round. It's a tough game to play, but if they can pull it off, if they can get to, you know, around 40, 45 seconds left and drop some of the smokes and the choke points, SK can be stuck. We've seen Astralis do it a number of times, and that's what SK has to be worried about here. They cannot just sit back and be passive. They have to go take things, have to force utility out of the players on the defense, and now Fallen, I think he wanted to turn that corner, but the jump slows him down. Still 4 smokes on the board for Astralis.
So far, SK have just been pre-firing every single corner they turn. Just jumping and firing at everything at the moment. Over on this side of the map, though, B, it's just Glaive holding. He does have a flash and a smoke, but can he really hold it for that long? Waiting, trying to buy a little bit of time. There is a rotation coming in. He's really waiting for a long time here. And this is so risky. The grenades are now raining in, and SK want to see if they can break their way through. And the grenades are so good right now. Glaive with 1 in return, taking down for Taco. Gale's down as well. Glaive almost with a double kill. There's still a 3-on-4 here, and Sip, he can't see a thing. That smoke is perfect for SK.
Yeah, but Glaive does that to perfection. That smoke is perfectly timed to force them forward. And a great crossfire with Zipnix nets them too. SK has to hold on here. They've got good positioning. Bolts and Coldzera. Fallen's going to be able to set up a crossfire as well. Dennis leading the way with the Deagle, pre-firing into the coffins. A kill for Cold as they come through. The retake is on, but no kits. They need to hurry it up.
Yeah, they're almost out of time already. Sip goes down. Bolts again, picking up another kill with the Galil. He's going to go down eventually, but it is just fine. SK, they make their way through. It was getting close at some point there. And maybe if Kebu could have got that, or sorry, Glaive could have got that 3rd kill even, that would have been impressive, but still a very good job.
But you can see the danger of that kind of a setup from the Astralis side of things. It's very well theory crafted in how they use those smokes, and Glaive, I mean, he's more than willing to hold on to that smoke to the last possible second there, and that was perfect placement. Gave him the best chance possible.
Oh, okay.
All right, fancy boy.
Improvised run boost to make his way on to Banana a little bit quicker. Doesn't really matter because he only has a USPS, but what if you did it with an AWP, Moses? Could you get the extra critical second?
He probably could, to be honest. Well, there's a stack and a half for you. Dupree gonna take down Taco, probably confused turning that corner, and a good trade from Dennis as well. And SK, they don't like what they see there. Zera's gonna hope for another peek. He sprang, and then cautiously watching towards the other side. Again, at a disadvantage in terms of manpower, but they have the arsenal, obviously, to overcome it. They've got all the utility. They've got the AKs. Astralis only have USPs, and it's going to have to be some pretty disgusting shots and a pretty disgusting crossfire if Zipnix and Glaive want to make this work.
Very routine play coming out of SK Gaming. They're not leaving very much to chance, using all of the utility and making their way through, and this is just looking really great. If you need headshots, then the one thing you really don't want to do, especially with the USP, is just shooting through smoke like that. So bomb goes down, and SK just drawing on all the years of experience here, although they do lose Fallen. Jumping back alone onto Banana. What is going on? Bolts and Coldzera, they must hold on. They can't let Astralis have this one for free. Just USPs and nothing else. Sip goes down. Spray comes in. Coldzera and Bolts doing their best. Glaive will get one headshot. Call in the corner, and Glaive picking it up. And I think he has enough time. The bomb only just got planted. What a ridiculous turnaround. How has this happened?
That's unbelievable. A huge, huge blunder from SK to drop this round. Astralis had nothing into this, and it was all set up due to the crossfires. That first one on Rap side, they have great trades, and then all 4 players get there, and a little bit of luck on their side, and they're able to find it. That flank that takes out Fallen is the big one.
And you could tell that Fallen was sort of jumping to avoid the evaporating smoke towards CT spawn. He just wanted to quickly get out on Banana. He had the internal timing wrong by a second or something, and that's enough apparently. 2-1, and that's a huge upset here for SK Gaming. They were looking to have a little bit of a better start.
They didn't get it, but they're going to invest back into this round. 3 AKs, the Galil on Taco, CZ on Bolts. Have control of these A-holes. Fer helping his team to clear top mid. So bracket control over to SK. This start, not according to plan for the Brazilians, and Glaive, he's gonna peek around this edge. That's dangerous. The smoke is gonna allow him safety. But SK's more than willing to jump through that if need be.
Jumping like that is so dangerous. I don't know why Glaive is still alive. He's made so much noise. Somehow he's doing a lot of damage through the smoke, and I think there was a grenade on the other side to catch Fallen, so this should not be working. Boost this in, Cold Zero goes down. That was a great idea, but the timing was off again by just a second, and now both Fallen and Taco are very low on health. Somehow Astralis have got a great start in this round.
Yeah, the damage has been done, though. I don't think SK can win this round at this point. It would have to take some miraculous shot. Fer and Bolts have to be the aggressors because Fallen and Taco are so low, and the tough part is they only have one smoke to use. So you have to hope for Fer to come alive here and find an insane kill to open things up. Molotov's gonna slow them down even further. 25 seconds left on the clock. SK, they're just gonna have to force the issue and hope and pray. There's a massive crossfire set up by Astralis at this site. They smoke him off. They want to go towards the pit. Oh, and Fallen had what he wanted, but he can't get the kill. There's Dennis swinging out wide. Gonna get a second. Fer is the last one left. And a 1 versus 4 at no time. KRB cleans it up.
You see Fallen checking that corner and just doing a double take.
Yes.
If he had committed to the sort of checking for corner all the way, probably would have got that kill. I'm not sure if that would have changed the whole round, but it's such a small thing. But Astralis, not just winning the round, but actually surviving with quite a few members alive is a really big deal.
Yeah, that's huge. You want to build up that economy as quick as possible. That was one of the winning conditions for me for SK was, you know, can they get to that 4-0 or 5-0 lead and really establish the fact that they can abuse Astralis due to the money situation? They can't. They're the ones back onto the pistol. Astralis going to be able to clean this up from what it looks like. And this will be an interesting battle to keep our eyes on. Glaive and Xyp9x, if they're going to be this aggressive, if they're going to be this willing to challenge him, because we saw them fighting Banana against FaZe earlier today, against Nico and Olaf, and if those two don't scare you away, I'm not sure SK has a duo that can do it either.
They're very hard to shut them down, it seems. You're absolutely right. They're such an important part of the map. Taco jumping down. Fer did get a kill on Dupree. Now Taco's still throwing the AK-47 back, but he can't pick up the kill on KRB. That would have been nice. Do a little bit of extra damage. Instead, it's now 3 for Astralis and 2 for SK Gaming. So much still to be explored, I feel like, if you're on the Brazilian side, but they need to find an opening. They had such a great sort of rhythm that they were running on Mirage, where they had the mid control, they had great execution on both bomb sides. They need to find something similar here.
SK's T side on Mirage is perhaps one of the best that we have in all of Counter-Strike. You can't say the same for SK on Inferno. This is a map where they don't necessarily seem to have a great game plan at all points. Here's Fer jumping up quickly.
Look at this boost here in Boiler. It's really, really hard to deal with, especially if you try and flash your way into it, because chances are you'll only be flashing one of those players in the stack.
Well, utility towards the top of Banana is going to force Xyp9x back, and Glaive. They're going to give it up. So Banana control won by SK for minimal cost as well. They are running low on utility, but they haven't taken a whole lot of damage. They haven't lost any of the players. So this is ideal if you're an SK Gaming fan. Fer's going to be left over in these halls at the A bomb site, just keeping an avenue of retreat up for his teammates. And where do they want to go with this? Running low on nades. 1 smoke, 1 flash, 1 Molotov.
I'd love to see some of that Brazilian flavor of Counter-Strike right now, where they just have that one guy that has the confidence to open it up. Fer could definitely be one of them. Just get in and get crack open one of those bomb sites. Good shots coming in. Glaive dropping very low, and a good return from Taco. Dennis only taking Fer with him, and now great counter flashes coming out, buying a bit of time. Speaking of which, there's only 30 seconds here, and the rotation is coming in from Archway, so SK have to make up their minds. They must commit to this sooner rather than later. SK, the kill there. Bolts following up on Dupree, leaving Glaive alone, and what a great wrap on the bomb side. That's beautiful.
Yes, what extreme patience from SK Gaming here. Cold Zero with the pickoff, denies any backup from coming for Astralis. And the tough part for Astralis is that once they lose Dennis, that was the only player playing in lane side. He gets the 1 kill, he's traded off. From there's no one from Astralis in pit, so you can't set up a crossfire. You have to have a big stand. Everyone else was Graveyard, was in the bomb site. It's one direction for SK to look, and then once you get Cold Zero wrapping on the site, it's pretty much all over.
Sip having a little bit of a show at the end of the round. But it will be SK Gaming picking it up and tying it at 3-3. Surviving with 3 members as well. That's got to feel great for them. And that was a plan that could be replicated, right? Push them back at top banana. Get the control over on top mid. And then just one opening frag is all they needed.
Yeah, the tough part is we saw previously SK got control of that top mid like that, but that was the round Glaive did so much damage to the smoke. If you don't do anything, if you're just kind of lounging behind smokes in those brackets, you're in a lot of danger of some kind of a pop flash retake, a lot of nades coming into the choke point, spam coming through the smokes. So you have to be very careful how you manage your presence at top mid as a T-side on this map. Glaive and Zipnix again taking control of top banana, waiting to see if there's going to be any pressure. Not feeling any with the deep smoke, they're going to be confident.
The fire onto Glaive. He's not loving that at all. Deep grenade, tickles coldzera just a bit.
It's great though from SK. Those Molotovs prevent Zipnix and Glaive from getting any advance control. So they keep them back, they keep them at a distance. And now they've got them right where they want them if they want to flash a nade around this corner. Zipnix and Glaive have to be very careful. One good pop flash and this could get busted wide open.
And look at the angle they've got. One crouched, one standing up, and it's just too much for Bolts. He definitely knows communication has been made, but they make that back around the corner, and that's all they really want.
Well, here's the other thing. SK have used so much utility to get this much control, and not using one flash to go around that corner. They've got nothing left. They've got 3 smokes, they've got a Molotov, and they've got a man disadvantage. Astralis, a big advantage here, provided by Zipnix and Glaive. This defense holding strong at B.
Looking rough at the moment. It looks like there's a boost towards CT spawn, which we saw earlier from SIP working out very well indeed. It might just do it again. 30 seconds. The Brazilian team cutting it low in the round. It's so dangerous when you don't have that much time left. Glaive is smoked off effectively, but there are 3 men already and 2 coming in from the other side. SIP catching one as he falls off the ledge. coldzera with a great refrag here. SK need this round badly. The bomb plant happening. There's Fallen with a kill, taking down Dupree. Now the bomb is down, 3 on 3. The shot through the smoke missing. Coming back to Banana and the flick is in. He takes down Kjaerbye. Amazing round here from Fallen with a double kill. Dennis and Glaive. How do you get into this site? First shutting down Glaive, and Dennis, he can't escape and he can't survive. Fallen takes him down. Again, the Brazilian captain coming in strong here.
Fallen does such a good job with that AWP controlling the post plant. Once they get into the site, once they've cleared it out and everyone from Astralis is behind the smokes, they actually have 3 players at B. Just no one in the site to really, really defend. It was all on Zipnix with that boost, and he just couldn't do enough. That's when the AWP on this map for the T side can be effective. It's difficult to open things up with it, but once you get them set up in a post plant, once you get them that positioning, it's deadly.
Not that much in the pockets of Astralis. Couple of upgraded pistols. Kjaerbye already down with one of them. So just the 5.7 and the CC75 there on SIP. Don't really get to see the 5.7. On Dupree's has Deagle as well, I guess. You can allow for it. Did pick it up, I think. But yeah, the 5.7 sort of gone out of style a bit, I feel like.
I feel like no one's really got the feel for it since the nerf came out, and obviously the CZ is so strong, and Deagle as well. Dupree gets a bit of damage onto Fur. Fallen now going to help his teammates take control. coldzera jumping right into a stack. He's got 1 and he's got 2. And he's got the round. 5 for SK. And even though that slight hiccup of losing the second in the ensuing 2, SK Gaming are back on top with a big lead. It's 5-3. And this is a big buy for Astralis. This is actually huge because they are on the verge. Zipnix has got plenty of money, so he can drop over an AWP if they want it. And this is a big round in terms of their economy moving forward into the rest of this half.
But here's something that will put a smile on your face as well, which coldzera topping the scoreboard at 9 kills. So if you're an SK fan, or you're the ESK fan in here, you're going to be happy about that.
Yeah, he's loving it, isn't it?
5-3, ladies and gentlemen. The Brazilian team not at all down and out for the count. They're still fighting very strong. And what can Astralis do right now?
This is very interesting because, okay, so now the rest of them are following up. At the moment, it would have just been Kjaerbye with the only M4, so I was wondering if that was like a snap buy that they wanted to talk through, but just buying it at the end of freeze time, maybe deciding what they wanted to do exactly, making sure everyone's on the same page before buying up weaponry. If they wanted that off, they're not going to go for it, so it's 5 M4s on the defensive side of things, and Fallen, he's going to take control of Banana. He's got the AWP. That's a nice flash, though, from Astralis. Glaive, he takes a lot of damage from the Molotov, though.
It looked like he could have got the shot on Bolt if he had stayed and sort of watched the smoke, but there was no way for him to really know that. Obviously, you can't see that outline through the wall or the grenade to try and chase down Sip. It's perfect. Bolt to win that banana control again. We emphasize it every single round, and it's so important.
Yes, and I mean, Bolt's just snuck by. Xyp9x had no idea he was there. Now, here's the big play. Glaive is still being aggressive, and dupreeh's going to find one in mid. That's an easy kill. Great job from dupreeh taking the initiative, evening things up. Fur was lining up a smoke for mid. And it's Taco now. May need to hunt him down. Fallen with the boost over the half wall. Almost finds one, but this defense from Astralis has to get into the B bomb site. They're out in the open there, and they just can't fight there.
dupreeh and Taco still having a bit of a weird fight on this side. I think they both know that the other player is there, but not exactly finding each other just yet. I see Taco being incredibly paranoid about the situation. dupreeh is kind of being a bit of a nuisance right now.
Oh, and look what he's done. This position, all the information he's gathering, Kjaerbye's actually rotated. There's no one in the A bomb site. It's just dupreeh in these halls who's letting them know there's nothing coming towards A. Stack B. Now they're starting to kind of rotate Kjaerbye back, but this is a huge advantage for Astralis at the moment.
Oh, wait. Are they going to get the timing down right? Just a couple of kills here could do it for Astralis. SK Gaming, they need the opening. Glaive gets one. Taco turning. What a great 180 to drop Dennis Kjaerbye through the smoke. He gets one in a second as well. Ridiculous double kill coming in. And the bomb plant, coldzera, he's going to get it. And that's all he's going to get. Kjaerbye taking the triple. And somehow he found the perfect angle. dupreeh on the other side, funneling them into the B bomb site. Astralis winning a big round here.
There was a small gap in that smoke, but I don't even think it mattered. I mean, the only thing that negates Taco's incredible entries, well, not only of the round, but perhaps of the match. That was a huge round for Astralis to establish themselves, to be able to fight moving forward. Now we've got the AWP in dupreeh's hands. Still one in Fallen as well. And dupreeh wants to get aggressive, right around the wall. Is he gonna peek out any wider? Fallen's waiting for it, and that's what happens. dupreeh, hoping he's found the timing, and it doesn't work out for him. Fallen catches him in the open.
That top mid peak on the CT side is very difficult to do. I feel like even if you do it late like he did this time, but if you do it really fast, if you get the spawn, it's still not all that easy. For big risk on him, and there wasn't even any kind of flash setup for it. He just felt like that was the right time for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't fault it too much just because he sometimes is so successful with it that you let it slide for a player like Fur, but he's given up the man advantage. And there's Taco right through the smoke. You got to question that one. Certainly Dennis coming through gets taken out. And Kjaerbye has no idea how close they actually are to him. Kjaerbye, the lone player at this A bomb site in the pit. Now they know his positioning as well. coldzera still just holding the angle for his teammates to move up. Smoke is going to block Kjaerbye from doing anything effective, but they still haven't taken him out. Here's the flank from Glaive. Taco handles that as well. Xyp9x is over at B, has no idea that the bomb is here. And Kjaerbye somehow still holding on. 30 seconds left in this round.
Oh, and they're coming for him. Fallen, clean shot to take him down. He did a lot to try and stay alive there. And Sip gonna get sent running, so SK Gaming excited about that round. And they played it so patiently. When you're crept up that far on towards the hay cart there, and the fight starts to break out, there's kind of a temptation to just sort of, okay, let's go, let's run. They just stuck in it and really drew it out of Astralis.
No, but you could see the plan. You could see the way they're kind of leapfrogging their way into that A bomb site, because coldzera, you know, once Fur fell, coldzera just takes up that position, keeps moving forward, gets to the hay cart, just grabs an angle over towards small pit, and he just holds it. He says, I'll take out any rotators that come. The rest of you guys, throw your nades, do whatever you have to do. I'm just going to hold this, and I'm going to keep this avenue open for you guys to push forward. Kjaerbye, that's a long time as well to be stranded in pit, to just buy time for your team, so props to him, but not working out in the end. Another round for SK. 6-4, and Astralis can't string them together, which means they don't have a whole lot of money to bring to bear in this round.
So impressed by the Brazilian team right now. Still 9 on Cold, Bolt's right behind him, and Taco tied as well. They're doing a fantastic job right now. So what's the change for Astralis? How can they get out of this situation? That battle for Banana that they were sort of having an all right time with in the beginning, it really feels like SK have cracked the way to win that consistently.
Yeah, SK have figured it out, and also Fallen's had a couple critical rounds with his AWP. And I think that's kind of, it also lends itself to this battle on Bananas. You don't want to give Fallen the space to work with. This is huge. How does this work for Xyp9x? Actually, reins himself in right at the end. There is investment, though. CZs and Deagles on the rest of the Astralis players.
I think Glaive is the one rotating in to put up a smoke in front of Sip. Some part of me really, he's actually going to push anyway. Right through, jumps in, bolts with a headshot. It's a nice idea. Also a big risk. That does give up the M4 that they had. So now you have to think SK will sort of know what's waiting for them on the other side. 2 men on A, 2 on B. Should be a very safe win here for the SK side.
Glaive eating a nade and a flashbang over towards B. That leaves Dupree and Caribbean all alone over at A. Fur's going to be the one turning the corner. He gets tagged up, going for the pre-fire, waiting to see if there's a response. There it is, Dupree. He does find the response, but he's not really too happy about it, not ready to handle it. Big kill from Dupree. 30 seconds left. Again, the clock running out. This can be scary for SK.
Yeah, we've seen them play these positions so well. There's the lineup, Dupree! Getting one big kill, but it could have been a double. Headshots in return. Taco and coldzera having none of it at the moment. And now they're going to check the bomb side and find nobody else. 15 seconds, the bomb will go down. And Dennis, just a little bit too late to the party. Not necessarily his fault. If he pushes too early in that flank, then he can't really, it's not going to be any help anyway.
You could see the danger in these rounds from Astralis, though. This is what they love when they invest in these smokes, when they just have pistols. They do this, and perhaps no other team has really caught on to how effective it can be on this map, is that one smoke that's dropped at 30 seconds, SK has to push around it, which puts Dupree in a great position to almost have a lineup of a triple kill with the CZ. That would have been incredible, and the opportunity was there. And even though it doesn't work out, it's just a $300 investment, so almost for Astralis. They're going to be stuck on 4 for a little while longer, but Dennis has found himself at AK, which is wonderful for a team that has economic woes.
It's very close to your face, Moses, that little flame there.
It is very close to my face. I'm not going to lie.
Dennis saves the AK-47. SK Gaming, though, with a great run of form right here on Inferno. More than I think most people were expecting out of them. Maybe Astralis underestimated them a bit in picking into this map. Maybe they saw it coming. 7-4 right now, it's the scoreline. That one AK-47, it's so hard to figure out where you should put it. Where does it have the most impact on a round like this?
Well, they're choosing to do it at B. Remember last round, Zipnix was the only one with the rifle, and they put him at B as well. He was aggressive down at Banana. This time the rifle is there as well. Nice opening kill from Fallen, despite the fact that we've mentioned a couple times the AWP is difficult to make work on the entries. Fallen's had, I think that's the 3rd time we've seen him open up the round with the AWP. So Fallen's he's been breaking the rules for quite some time. Might have bad Fallen here on Inferno.
Bad Fallen. Let's hope not for Astralis. We all know what that guy can do. Coming around the corner, Dupree is down. He picked up the Deagle, but doesn't get a chance to really use it. And once again, they have the control. They don't do, really almost making no mistakes here. Slowly circling around the bomb site, making sure Astralis can't get any easy frags in. This is great Counter-Strike that we're witnessing right now from SK.
This has been a better T-side than I think we expected, but I think part of the reason is they've had so many rounds to go up against pistols. They've really been just so deadly against this economy of Astralis. I mean, not able to string the round together previously, so Astralis has had to sit out these past 2. This has been so difficult, so SK being clinical here on this T-side, which is phenomenal for them. A dangerous second map after Astralis took Mirage. Dennis just trying to hold on to this AK-47, but Fallen and coldzera have him pinned down. No one's pressuring from CT spawn. They would love to take this away, and they have some money built up so they can afford to throw away 1 or 2 weapons, but don't want to get too crazy. Flashbang from Dennis, seeing what he can do here. And he's going to get taken down by bolts as the bomb explodes. But Astralis is going to buy. Finally, they have the money. They've had to sit a couple out. And Royal Arena, Copenhagen, you've gone quiet. Astralis need you here. This is a big round for the rest of the half.
There they are. Still with us, Moses. The pressure is going to be on in this round for the Astralis team. You're absolutely right. They've been saving a lot. Then now, finally, they can buy the rifles. If they can't make this work, then SK could have a stunning first half here. They could sweep at 11-4. And at that point, it's going to be hard to make a comeback.
No, it would be so difficult. And here we go with it. Fans on their feet here in the arena as round 13 begins. And it's going to be a fight for Banana Control. Actually, no, Glaive backs away off of it. This is uncharacteristic. They haven't done a good job with that fight, so perhaps this time just not wanting to mess with it, not wanting to use the utility. SK has gone for a different tactic. They're going to pick up the pace. They're going to pick up the aggression over towards A.
We want to try and see if they can slap Astralis right in this round very early on here. Pushing in, Dennis gets one killer headshot to follow it up, but it's not enough to take down Fur. And now they're wrapping, almost catching the kill, but Bolts is on the other angle, and now down in the pit alone. Kiebu has so much work to do, and they're coming for him from every conceivable angle, shooting him in the back of the head. Bolts takes him down. Sip and Glaive, what can they even do? That is clinical out of SK Gaming.
That's backbreaking as well. That's so beautiful. What a great call from Fallen. Faster pace, you get at mid very early in the round, and you just play contact. You give no chance for Astralis to back each other up to get an idea of what's coming. Dennis, he's alone. Even with the one kill and the dink, they can do nothing. Dupree has to make a decision. Does he stand and fight? Does he fall back into the A site? And he jumps right into an opponent's crosshairs. Astralis left with questions in this round. Zipnix and Glaive running as soon as the bomb site is lost.
And what a call that is from Fallen. I think that's where you see the true depth of the Brazilian roster here. Playing it slow and constrictive for so long, sort of choking out Astralis slowly. Then finally, when they have rifles, they just throw that one round in there, and it's perfect.
This is one of the brilliances of the best in-game leaders that we have. Fallen, certainly one of the greatest we've seen in CSGO, is that feel for when you've lulled Astralis into that sense of how you've been playing for the half up until that point, and being able to flip the switch and change things at the opportune moment, and they do it there. In round 13, it happens. Glaive now going to go back for the challenge. He's got a blind opponent, but even that doesn't help. Bolts and Fur combined to take him down. Minimal damage done. Zipnix, he's got to be dangerous. He's got to be careful with those peaks, and I think SK is just going to continue to, well, maybe not actually. Taco has the bomb on the other side of the map, so maybe not wanting to pick up the pace here, but certainly applying a lot of pressure.
So many grenades being exchanged over on this side, and somehow Kiebu seems to be actually benefiting from the smokes at this point in the game. Getting a kill there with the UMP. That's going to help them back to at least a 4-on-4. But you're right, the bomb all the time has been making its way towards this A side. Dupree and Dennis. Weaponry is just not that great right now. So they need to be close, and they need some quick fights. If SK play this one slow and sort of wrap around the site, surely the FAMAS and the Max 7 is not going to be quite enough. Dupree getting close. But really far back up there is Taco. He's just waiting for the rest of the team to get into position. This should be around for SK. They've got such a great setup.
They got Molotovs and smokes as well. They might not even have to deal with Dennis if they just want to smoke him off and just, you know, restrict his vision. Bolts is going to lead the way. Looking for this exact position. There it rings out. There's the headshot. There's the kill from Dennis. The response from SK. What's it going to be? Molotov out into the pit, but no one's there. It's a stunning shot from Coldzera. Now the shotgun has arrived, and Dupree needs to live. Needs to do everything he can to stay alive. Reinforcements are on the way. It's a 2-on-3, and this position is critical.
But Dupree knows where they are. He saw Fallen, or he'd heard him walking down in the pit, and they definitely know where Coldzera is. 2 versus 3, everything on the line. Fallen with a great shot, taking down Dupree. Back into a 2-on-2, and now Kiebu and Sip, it all comes down to this here. Round number 14. If they can't win this, they're not going to have much of a chance. And Fallen down in the pit, picking up a second kill, all on Sip, trying to see if he could draw it out, but there's just such a great crossfire being set up here between the 2 SK members, and he's right in the center, and they're going to peek him. No more bullets. Cold with the kill, and 10 rounds for SK Gaming. They play it beautifully, even when they're down.
Yeah, this is so great. And Fallen only has 9 kills in these rounds, but he's had a couple big ones in the post plants. We saw one earlier at the B bomb site, here over at A. This is a huge performance from him, just ensuring that his team is going to win these 10-4. A dominant offensive half from SK. They were questioned by the desk. I didn't necessarily believe in it, and they have shown great form here, consistently denying Astralis from building any momentum, any kind of money.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. I was expecting a lower level out of SK here on the T side, and they've shown us is definitely something to be feared. UMP and M4s there on the Astralis side, not that many grenades. which is going to be a problem, because if SK slow play it, and it seems like they are once again, when you haven't seen any smokes come out from the CT side for, 25, 30 seconds, you probably can make the deduction that they might not just have any more of them.
I mean, this is just the benefit that SK has when I say controlling the economy. This is what it means. Glaive's got one flashbang. He's the sole defender. He can do nothing to really slow this down. One flashbang isn't going to do anything if SK decide to hit that bomb site. On the other side of things, there's not a lot of utility to make the retakes happen. So if Astralis does have to rotate over towards B, not a whole lot of tools. It's desperate times as Xyp9x rotates back as well.
Yeah, but the UMP and no utility either. I'm not buying the idea that this round could be enough to sort of defend the B bomb site here. They've got so little to work with, and Taco is there. Oh, actually, they're going to gravitate the bomb back instead towards the A bomb site. Taco's been lingering up here in the hallways for a long time, and he hasn't heard or seen anybody. Dennis with the boost on the other side, bit of a crossfire here. He's actually got his back turned, sneaking in his cold zero, but he goes down. Dennis with a great double, turning it into a triple on the quad. And just like that, long and quiet game, but Dennis certainly coming around alive here at round number 15. Making it 10-5. That was one hell of a spray down. Yeah,
big mistake from SK as well. I mean, not using a whole lot of utility, running it down to 20 seconds. Even if he doesn't get a quad, even if he only gets a double, that might have just eaten enough time off the clock to make that round more and more difficult. And SK walks right into a stack that Astralis doesn't even need to use the nades for. So a good end of the half for Astralis, at least with that one round. It's still a long way to go. They'll have to do a comeback of their own. And an important pistol round for them, pushing up Banana. It's a decent nade onto Dupree. Fallen and Fur give up a lot of space. They don't want to take the fight outside. Fallen choosing to hold on to that smoke. That's a bold decision, but it's going to work out in his favor.
The home crowd still behind their team. A critical round here in the game. So far, Astralis have not lost the map in the tournament. But we're getting close to this one being their first one. If SK can pick up the pistol, that's going a big step in the right direction. Cold sees the shoulder and doesn't really want to play with that anymore. It's going to fall back, and maybe they've got the map control they need here, Astralis.
They've got no nades. I mean, they have all armor and all Glocks, so this is going to have to be a pack mentality from Astralis. Focus on trades. They've got Taco low, so he's switched to a headshot position. No real indication of what's coming. 45 seconds left in the round. Goldzera's trying to find some info. He peeks into these A. That might have just done it. Bolts is rotating. This is the wrong moment for that.
Oh, no.
Actually, they're going towards CT spawn. They might just catch Bolts. This is going to be awkward. Bolts has the range, but they take him down. Fallen's the next one up. Dupree and Xyp9x, they need to get over towards the B bomb site to make this actually into a split.
Fallen, you can see him calling out. It's the calm before the storm, but now it's finally live. And Glaive to take down Fallen alone on the bomb site is Fur. And it really all rides on him. The bomb is being planted right in front. Dennis is there. Fur tries to cancel it, but he cannot. Astralis to win the round. That was... the timing was almost incredible. I can't believe they managed to hit the timing so dead on.
I mean, the timing for Astralis, it was so weird, this round from Astralis, a normal B-split. I mean, you can look at the minimap right here as these kills go out. The two players coming up with Banana aren't even close to being involved in any of the action, which, I mean, that's supposed to be a two-front battle, but either way, if you're SK on the defense and you see three players in CT spawn, even though the pressure's not necessarily there, you're very mindful that someone is going to be coming from Banana, so it almost does the job for you. The mental aspect of that defense. So 10-6. Astralis keep themselves alive. That could have been crippling if they weren't able to win that.
I was going to say, for them to have any chance in this map, that round was a necessity. Now they're in a similar dilemma. They're up against quite a few pistols. In fact, all of them upgraded. No utility, though. We'll see what SK Gaming can do. All you need is one big opening kill, and you can tell from the way that Astralis are playing this round, they know that. No one wants to make that mistake. No one wants to be the first around the corner. See if they can use their utility to sort of eliminate some of the danger at least.
That'd be ideal, but they're taking this very patiently. And you could see, we were wondering how they would kind of utilize Dennis to a certain degree. And at this point, they just put him on his own. They've got Banana control. They leave him there. Turn this into a 1-4. Dennis is going to join back up as the smokes go off. Goldzera right around the corner. Xyp9x. Call him the cyborg, and he's ready for it. There's one shot from Taco to open things up.
It's beautiful. They get another, oh, so many targets. And he gets run down. Sip with the kill, and now they're starting to retreat. Maybe looking to save the pistols in the next round, which is not a bad idea at all.
I actually don't think Astralis realized where Taco was when he got that one kill. They figured it out eventually, but he had a couple seconds where he could have had another free shot or two.
Yeah, but it was all in the timing, right? If he peeked up a bit earlier, maybe he could have got the kill, but once he peeked up, there were like 4 targets there, and that can be a bit overwhelming. So, saving the pistols means great job from Astralis, only losing 1 player, but it also means they have to respect the next round and be a bit careful. Good opening, though. That timing, when Sip goes to peek against, was it Cold up in the, Cold up in the hallway?
Yeah.
When they sort of both swing out at the same time, it can be sort of a coin flip as to who actually has the crosshair in the right position.
No, yeah, it absolutely can. And I think if Cold maybe picks an earlier timing when Zipnix isn't rotating out, he might have the jump coming around that edge. So sometimes it is down to just half a second. Regardless, I think Zipnix, the kind of player he is, I think he checks that corner regardless. So Cold didn't have any real decision to just sit there and stay. He was trying to find a timing where Zipnix was just firing some spam, some pre-fire into the smoke, trying to find him between shots.
10-7, early days here in the second half. Second map as well. Let's see what we can get out of SK Gaming. A couple of pistols here. Their economy in the first half was so incredible that Astralis just were struggling all the way through. But if it turns the other way now, there's obviously still a chance that the Danes could have their own version of a comeback. Well, it's not encouraging, Moses.
It's not ideal that happens. That's not what you want to see. I think the big thing is going to be this first gun round, because SK, a couple of these rounds, they've had players not investing in armor and utility, so their 4th round buy should be much more solid than we're used to seeing. And how are they going to play this CT side? T side, the offense for SK impressed everyone.
We all know smoking is bad, Moses. Turns out bad smoking is also bad. Gotta be careful with that. A bit of a twist, you know, not immediately obvious. Well, Kiebu will get the kill with the UMP, jumping around the corner right in Taco's face. And he actually somehow loses the fight to the USP, but instead, they're gonna throw a bit of a switch and go towards the B side, and up on the box, it's gonna be Bolts, very low on health and firing out. Bolts actually gets the kill on Dennis, and now they're gonna run the other way with 28 seconds. It's all over the place in this round, and Cold Zero getting caught in the middle of the lane. That might have done it. Yeah, Cold Zero needed to survive that fight. He went back, he hesitated, looked like he wanted to get into cover, but he went back for the fight. Now Taco, he knows they've got a couple player low, and he has to try and get in. If Cold was able to survive, could have either slowed them down or opened up a second front to this fight. And unfortunately, Astralis has been given an avenue out of the danger. Bolts, no HP to take these fights. He just wants to save the armor, not have to rebuy it into the next round. It was a chance there for SK, but Astralis do manage to overcome it. So it's going to be 10-8 heading into the first gun run of the second half. It's an encouraging start here for the Danish side, obviously surviving the initial CZ-75 scare, coming through these rounds. The big question is, what's going to happen to this whole banana battle that we've been seeing so far? SK were really good on their T side after a while. They really started to pick it up. Do they have what it takes to defend it? We're going to find out in a couple of seconds here. All-important round, and Fallen's got the AWP. He's been saving up. He's been skipping armor just for this weapon. Got plenty of nades as well, and even a kit on Taco, so SK is going to be very, very happy with what they're able to bring into this round. Gary's going to stick to the UMP, but AK-47's aside from that. They made Dennis go back and pick up the bomb. Isn't that kind of rough from the new guy? Hazing. Oh, it's the kill. Fallen taking down Kievu. I'm not even sure if that was a jump or just a peek through the smoke, but either way, one hell of a way to get started. As he tagged Glaive as well, I don't know if that was through the wall. We didn't even see his POV for the first one. I don't know if that was through its smoke. It looked like it might have been. Disgusting performance from Fallen. What an advantage he's just given his team. 1 kill and huge damage on the Glaive, who essentially cannot get into any fight. So the op already ringing true. Fallen's had great impact in both of these maps. Bolts is pushed up aggressively. Flashbang gonna force him away. He's alone though. And Molotov's gonna force him out, and he's got no chance but to fight. Miscue there from SK. I think they saw him. think they saw him fall back into that ninja corner. Glaive is down, Cold hiding at the edge. It's a brilliant angle, and Taco is there, falling with a kill. SK win the round in just a couple of seconds, so it was looking great for Astralis, but not anymore.
No, it seemed like they had some chance, some space to work it over at the A bomb site. Fallen with the op, though. If this is what we're going to see out of him in this half, I don't know if Astralis can really get through this. It's still a long way to go. We still have a lot to see, but Fallen, he already had so much impact in just that first round. It's huge. If he's going to get opening picks, if he's going to control Banana for SK, that's going to be a real tough obstacle for Astralis to overcome. And Dennis is going to be alone here at the moment. And he's going to be burning. He's got to use a smoke just to get out with his life.
Never a good time. Grenade doesn't really do anything to sit there. Swallowed by the stairwell. That happens. And Dupree looking to sneak close and see if he can catch Bolts off guard. They got the kill on him last time with the Molotov. This time the peak is just not good enough on Bolts, making his back around. He just has to stay alive here. Going for the fight against Kirby, and from beyond the grave, he's going to reach out and take him down. 3 versus 4, and the bomb is somehow dropped in that corner.
Yeah, they have to go get the bomb, and that flashbang is going to allow him to cross. Fur doesn't take the peak, but Taco and Coldzera, both of them in the pit. And Fur now getting aggressive. Here comes the hit. They've got to do a lot. Dennis trying to get the spray to work, and it does. Fur comes through. That's the bomb as well. Fur doesn't even need to continue the fight. Taco still lives in pit somehow. They haven't been able to find him. He's wasting so much time. Finally, the smoke disappears, and Glaive's able to find the kill. But Fallen is here, and so is Fur coming around the wrap side, coming around lane. And they've done just enough. I think they finally whittled Astralis down. It's a 1-on-2 for Glaive.
An incredibly strange round. See how this one ends. Glaive picking up the bomb and falling back into the site. 20 seconds here, and he's going to be going down. Fur finding the timing again. Triple for him. SK Gaming now at 12 rounds. And that one could have gone either way, I feel like. I'm not even sure who had the control at the end.
Well, Fur does it all, I think, for SK. In my opinion, he's like a little ninja that round. He's getting a kill around a smoke and then disappearing right into it, dropping the bomb, getting one more kill around a smoke towards lane sign, falling back again to wrap side, and as the smoke disappears, gets Glaive. So he just did a great job of having impact and changing up his position. You can't really account for that kind of play from Astralis when you're losing players. You just don't have the manpower to watch it all. So Astralis back onto pistols, not able to continue the success they had after the pistol rounds.
It's becoming increasingly clear now this SK team is really here to play. Dupree goes down to Bolts. They only have pistols there on the Danish side, and they're in a lot of trouble right now. What can they do to bring it back? It feels like SK, they've managed to get control of the money once again. So that's really the first step in the right direction for them. And again, with the Molotovs.
Yeah, good timing on that as well. Kirby's going to push right through it, tries to catch him off guard. That's when Fur pounces. He's traded off by Dennis. And Fallen is actually very low.
Oh, no. Dennis really going all in on that one. Probably knew he was low. Sip goes down to Bolts. 13 rounds here for SK Gaming. I mean, they're making it entertaining. But SK Gaming are fighting to get that third map. Bolts at 18, Taco at 16. And Fallen is really starting to catch up from a bit of a rough first half.
Listen, I mean, he doesn't have a great amount of kills, but he's had phenomenal impact for this team, and sometimes that's all you need, especially out of an AWPer. You just need those 1 or 2 kills. Remember, he's had a couple big triple kills in the first half out of post plants. He started SK Gaming off on the right foot in the second half on the 4th round. 1 kill and massive amounts of damage onto Glaive right in the first 20 seconds of the round. So he's definitely done his job, even if the numbers don't show it on the scoreboard. But it's up to Astralis now. They're running out of time to come up with an answer. It's been 3 in a row for SK. The AK is being purchased. The tactical timeout is over, and freeze time coming to an end. What has Glaive decided to pull out of the playbook?
I think this is the second to last round that Astralis can sort of have a chance of buying rifles. If they don't start winning now, then SK are going to cruise all the way through to map number 3. It's looking rough. We'll see what they can do. Fur being a little bit aggressive. I would say that's a pretty big risk, but he does have 2 people behind him. So it might be an attempt to sort of bait some sort of overreaction from Astralis.
It is still pretty gutsy to just stand behind the smoke and spray. Now, they've done decent chip damage with some nades. Perhaps some of that spray. Kirby, Glaive, and Dennis all taking okay damage at the base of Banana. All sitting right around 70 HP mark. It looks like Astralis really want to control Banana. They're really sticking around so they can challenge this. Unfortunately, SK with 3 players here, they have plenty of smokes to just replenish this whenever they want. And there's the mistake. We just talked about that Fur spraying through the smoke. This time he gets taken out. Flash over the wall, and Astralis is going to press the issue.
It looks like they want to follow it up, but that's such a great time to Molotov. They're going to be cancelling it right away, rushing through. Fallen with a great double spray, going for more. A great triple kill for Fallen, shutting down Astralis, and Cold there to close out the round. What a miracle. If he'd been gone there, probably that B-bomb site never stands a chance. But now, 14 rounds instead. SK Gaming, 2 rounds away from bringing us to map number 3. Just look at this.
Fallen just showing off now, first with the AWP, now with the M4. And he's going to put SK Gaming into the driver's seat. If they weren't already there, they certainly have an iron grip on this match, 14-8. Astralis even got everything you could have possibly wanted. A spam kill, a free kill onto Fur, being overextended, but not able to follow it up. So it's just back down to pistols for Astralis. 2 smokes, 1 flashbang. Looks like they want to try a waterfall outside of these halls, right at Taco.
So that first flashbang is going to be the only thing that matters, and instead, Taco going to go and try and fight them. Dennis with the kill, but Bolts tracking it mid-air. I think Cold Zero getting that 1 shot on Dupree as well. And Kierbu down as well. Dennis and Sip trying to see if they can get out. It's just Dennis left in the pit, 1 versus 3. No bomb plant, that's in fact in the middle. Somehow, he gets the kill, and now the CC is out. Dennis looking to turn it around, but Fur jumping down behind him. That got very close. It's 15 rounds for SK Gaming. Yeah, we're getting close now.
It's too late in the day for Astralis to be pleased with the silver linings of economic damage. SK Gaming has built up so much. That 1 kill from Cold Zera actually is huge because it saves Bolts' life. And if Bolts falls, then all of a sudden, Astralis can make their way into the bomb site, get the plant, and have a shot at winning the post plant because they'll have time to get back into the pit. What do you bring out when you absolutely must win a round? A pop flash over the wall, Fallen spamming through, doing great damage onto Zipnix. It's a lot of damage taken to get this banana control for Astralis.
Yeah, probably something they couldn't afford, and you can tell that they sort of got a bit confused on the smoke. The fact that Sip got slowed down from the spray meant the others were sort of, you know, jumping into him. They can't even return the fire because they don't know if they're going to be shooting at Sip. It's all very confusing. Now they're going to retake top banana, looking for it. Flashes are all over the place. No one can see anything. And if they're Fallen, picking up a great kill there on Dennis. Grenade on Sip. It's looking beautiful here for SK Gaming. 5 versus 3. They have got it on lockdown. And that top banana retake is absolutely gorgeous. Taco coming through with a kill, taking down Dupree. It's just all on Kierbu. He has the bomb in a 1 versus 4, but the Brazilian team never out of it, never giving up. And they just need 1 more kill, and we're going to go to map number 3. And it's Fallen with the headshot. It couldn't be more perfect. 16-8. They've done it.
Well, they passed the first test. They took Inferno. It didn't seem likely from some of their performances. But what a job. Cold Zera rebounds after a quiet first map. So does Fur, for that matter. But Fallen with big impact this whole...